so also is the establishment of socially recognized standards of measure for the quantities of these useful objects. The diversity of these measures has its origin partly in the diverse nature of the objects to be measured, partly in convention. The utility of a thing makes it a use value. But this utility is not a thing of air, being limited by the physical properties of the commodity. It has no existence apart from that commodity. A commodity such as iron, corn, or a diamond is therefore, so far as it is a material thing, a use value, something useful. This property of a commodity is independent of the amount of labor required to appropriate its useful qualities. When treating of use value, we always assume to be dealing with definite quantities, such as dozens of watches, yards of linen, or tons of iron. The use values of commodities furnish the material for a special study, that of the commercial knowledge of commodities. Use values become a reality only by use or consumption. They also constitute the substance of all wealth, whatever may be the social form of that wealth. In the form of society we are about to consider, they are, in addition, the material depositories of exchange value. This passage explains that the origin of our needs, whether they are essential like food or simply desires, doesn't really matter in this context. The focus is on commodities, items like iron, corn, or diamonds, which have use value because they are useful and meet some sort of human need. These commodities can be examined from two perspectives: their quality, what they are made of, and their quantity, how much there is. The text also discusses how society establishes standards to measure these commodities, which vary based on the nature of the commodities themselves and societal conventions. For example, we might measure commodities like fabric in yards or metals in tons, depending on what makes the most sense for that type of material. The utility of a commodity, which gives it its use value, is not an abstract concept. It is directly tied to the physical properties of the commodity and does not exist independently of it. In the type of society being considered here, commodities also represent exchange value and are the material basis of wealth. This makes understanding their use and consumption critical, not just for economic reasons, but also for